last week, the response that was overwhelming when you were asked, what's a part of your body that you would love to love? And so many women, oh, hey, Larry, so many women were talking about their belly. And so I thought, I want to teach women the meaning and symbolism behind their stomach, because so many women, they talk like this, we sit like this, we suck in so that we look like we have a smaller belly, and yet that is such an American way of thinking. I have a really good friend, and I want to say it's Tahitian, but one of the reasons why when they dance they show their belly is because that is how they show pride in claiming their body. And so first off, when I talk about your belly, I'm not talking about your digestive system. I'm not talking about your sides right here. I'm talking about this right here where your belly button is. I'm talking about the part of your body that when you were little, you would lift up your shirt so people would kiss. I'm talking about the part of your body that when a woman has a baby inside, she loves and she cuddles and she holds. And all of a sudden it's precious because it's big. But for so many women, the reason they don't like their stomach or this area of their body is because it's fat. Or it's not as toned as it used to be, or it has stretch marks on it, or we all have this whole list of reasons why we are saying things like, I hate my belly. So I really want to I really want women to stop hating their stomach. So the very first thing before I tell you any symbolism, I want you to put your hands on your belly, okay? And I want you to actually push in on it, knead it, and some of you are like, no thank you. No, I want you to actually fill your stomach. I want you to fill your belly. And if there's fat there, then grab it and thank it. And if you can find some side muscle, then push on it and flex it. I want you to actually love, just touch, because so many of us, when we touch our stomach, we do it out of hiding. And we're not hiding it because we want to protect it. We're hiding it because we're ashamed of it. But have you ever watched little kids with their bellies? They're like, oh, that was good food. And they pat it and they love on it and they hug it and they're so happy about their belly. And somewhere between 6 and 26, especially women, all of a sudden decide that this part of their body is gross, that it's fat, that it's disgusting, that it has to look different in order for it to be good enough. So this is because it's such I can't see myself, so I don't know how much you can see, but basically from your bra strap to two fingers below your belly button. When I talk about belly, that's the area I'm talking about. So for those of you that know chakras, we're talking about from the solar plexus down to the top of your pubic bone, which is about where the sacral chakra is. There are two beautifully spiritual energy centers right there. And both of them have to do with capacity, your waist, and how much your waist shows. So first off, our waist is not down where our pants sit. Our waist is, if you want to know where your natural waist is, stand and then don't bend at your hips, bend right here. That part of your body where you bend, that's your waist. And in body mapping, the more defined the waist is, the more defined you are in making decisions. So think about that for a minute, because have you ever watched people and they talk with T-Rex arms? Oh, it's so good to see you. When people are scared, they will take their elbow and they will talk with it next to them, because they don't want people to see through them. And when people are confident in their decisions and they are happy with what they're saying, they're not afraid for people to see through them. So they let that show. When you have a more defined waist, it's because you have defined you. And it is something that you're not afraid of people to see through you. So part of this is that because you have your power center right here, your who I am, whether I feel powerless or powerful, then you have all of your creation. That's another thing that is in your belly. So you have capacity, you have creation in your belly. When you hate that part of your body, do you think it's easier or harder to make decisions? Put it in the chat box. Is it easier or harder to make decisions when you are constantly covering and hovering and hating your belly? The part that actually says, I can hold things. So I'm going to give it just a second because everything's always delayed in Facebook land. Okay, so you have capacity, you have creativity that is held right here, and you have, okay, we're going to talk about capacity for a little bit more. A lot of women who have gone into masculine energy, and I'm going to define that really quick. So you have feminine energy and you have masculine energy. Every person has both masculine and feminine energy. Women will want to have more feminine energy, men want to have more masculine energy. I am not talking about gender roles. I don't care who does your dishes, I don't care who mows your lawn. Those are stereotypical gender roles, and that's not what I'm talking about. Feminine energy, for example, pulls resources, people, and money, where masculine energy pushes it. So I don't know how many of you are in sales, but if you are having a hard time getting customers to commit, you are probably selling in the masculine and you're pushing things onto people. And when women do business in feminine energy, they actually draw things, people, and resources to them. So feminine energy pulls, feminine energy organizes, feminine energy heals and nurtures. Here's what feminine energy does not do. Feminine energy does not save, feminine energy does not fix, feminine energy does not whine, feminine energy does not control. So when you are doing that and you're getting controlling and you're going into perfectionism and you're blaming the world for all of your problems and you're just, and the people who are really bad in it just said, I don't blame the world for anything. The world's just messed up. We will go into blame in an effort to feel like we are in control. So when women are feeling out of control and they have taken on other people's stuff because they're trying to save them or fix them, your body will say, oh, we don't have the capacity to hold all this stuff for other people. Get bigger. Let that sink in for a minute. So for many of us that are continuing to gain weight around our stomach and we just don't know why, it's because we are consciously, subconsciously, energetically trying to look at someone else's life and fix it for them. And our body goes, oh, I didn't know we were in charge of carrying their stuff. We're not actually built to carry anyone's stuff but our own. So belly, get bigger, because that's where we hold capacity. If you would like your belly to get smaller, give people back their stuff. Stop trying to fix everyone. Stop trying to save everyone. And hold the capacity that you were created to hold. Can I scroll for just a second? A lot of women that are carrying extra capacity don't want to deal with their stuff, and that's why they try to fix everyone else's. So if you are constantly giving your time, attention, energy, and health, both physical and mental health, to everyone else, that's why this area of your body is so hated. because it keeps getting bigger. And so you go, well, I guess I can carry more, and then you take on more of people's stuff. So boundaries, the word no, is a really good way to help your capacity balance back out. Now, before I get backlash, I am not saying that you have to have a perfect six-pack stomach before you have good boundaries. What I'm saying is, even if you have extra weight here and you can grab it and you can squish it, can you have gratitude that your body has created capacity to help you with your choices? You chose to help, fix, save someone else, and your body went, if we don't get bigger, it will hurt her. So your body created more capacity. Love that your body is compensating for your choices. And I'm not talking about food choices, because you know what? It's not the food, it's the emotions. So your belly is capacity. That's one of the things that we hold here. Another thing that we hold here is our creation. So down here, closer, more around the belly button, that is more of our creation energy. And anytime we create something, be it a meal or a human, a work of art, a program that you are selling, if you create something, it uses part of that energy. And if you stay attached to that, it's mine, it's precious to me, I'm in control of it, then you will, it tells your capacity, oh, well, we created that, but we're not letting go of it, so we need room. We need room to hold it. Okay, are you still with me? Is this making sense? Can you right now think of a person, a place, or a thing that you created, and you even gave it to someone, but you didn't actually let go of it? Because in that instance, your body went, okay, we still have to store it. We created it, now we have to store it. Okay. So, let's talk about fat. Oh, okay. A lot of people in the energy world say that fat is protection. And that's not wrong, it's just not complete. FAT actually is an acronym. It stands for fatigue and temperature. Physiologically, fat has a crucial role in our health and safety. Fat is what stores different hormones, our ability to survive. For women, fat stores estrogen. So when women go into masculine energy, they will actually start to produce slightly more higher levels of testosterone. And then they get more aggressive, they get more defensive, and they get pushier, they get more controlling, get stuck in perfectionism, get stuck in procrastination. Because your body is creating a hormone that it needs a little bit of, and now it's getting a lot of it. So your body, in an effort to try and get you back into the flow of estrogen and try to get you back into that feminine energy, will hold and expand your fat cells. Because the larger your fat cells are physiologically, the more estrogen your body will hold and produce. Your body is trying to get you into feminine energy. It's trying to get you to slow down. It's trying to get you to surrender. Because surrender does not mean give up, and it does not mean you're weak. It means that you're not fighting anymore. So when we have fat around our belly, we are trying to create more capacity. We are trying to protect or create barriers around our creations. And it is an effort for our body is actually trying to tell us to get back into feminine energy. It's trying to tell us to slow down. It's trying to tell us to just relax. So with your belly and with the fat, can you love it? Can you show kindness to it? Can you be happy that you have it? Because our belly does so much for us. Another piece to this, and I'm not sure who's on here or who will watch this later that this is for, but what I'm saying with fat is a protector, but it's more than that. Fat is a barrier. Stop looking at it as a protection, because we automatically assume that protection is for our benefit. And so I'm trying to teach my clients that fat is actually a barrier. And barriers aren't always for our protection. So my question, and the one that you need to grab onto your belly and ask, because it's a barrier, is this fat keeping the world away from me? Because I see the world as unsafe, I see the world as dangerous, and so I created fat because I'm trying to protect myself from the world. Or, if I'm being very honest, the majority of people that I work with that have fat, it's not actually that they think the world around them is unsafe. It's that they have been told their whole lives that they are not enough, or that they're too much, they're too loud, they're too short, they're too obnoxious, they're too whatever. And our mind goes, well, if I'm too loud, that also means I'm not quiet enough. And whenever we have programming that says I'm not enough, we create barriers. And worst off is when it says, because I've been told this, you have a really strong personality, you're a little much. And so I went, oh, it's not that the world is unsafe. It's that I'm too much for the world. So I need to hide who I am because the world can't handle me. And I have found that far more women are hiding themselves from the world than they are hiding from the world. They have been told that they're too much, they're too loud, they're too opinionated, they're too whatever. And so they went, oh, that part of me needs to stay behind a barrier. That part of me needs to stay hidden. Women who have a lot of fat do not fear the world. They fear that the world can't handle them. And so stepping into your true power, embracing the fact that you can be very decisive, embracing the fact that you can love your stomach, that you can appreciate that because you are a loving, caring person, in an effort to help others, you have tried to take things from them, and so your body has created capacity. Appreciate the fact that every time you create something, you value it so much that you want to keep it safe. The creations are meant to be given. For 6 years, I have taught body mapping. And I have only done it through paid private classes. And the people in this group are now learning big parts and pieces of body mapping because I have created it and I want to share it with as many women as I can. So, love your belly. Know that your belly is here to give you a capacity, that it's here to help you create, that it's here to show whether or not you have definition, and that you're willing to let people see through you. You have nothing to hide, including your truest, highest self. I have to be honest, my computer's being all screwy. I don't even know if this worked. So if this works and you watch it on replay, do #replay. And what I would love to have you do is somewhere in the comments, tell me I love my belly because it helps with capacity, because you have creation, because it has helped you be safe. But I don't want you hidden anymore. So love your belly. Stop hiding. Know that you are enough and that the world is ready to see the truest, highest you. I love you. Thank you for joining me for Mapping Monday, and we'll see you next week.